What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Wednesday, the 22nd of the month. Spring is here. The joint is brought to you by DraftKings. Listen, I know football is back this weekend. College football is back, but so is UFC 266. Volkanovski against Ortega and Nick Diaz against Robbie Lawler, Shalenko. You got a tremendous card. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC, is there. Has a knockout offer for you on this weekend's fight. DraftKings is offering all new customers $1 in free bets. If just bet $1 on any fight on the main card, no matter what happens, you get $150 in free bets. Did you hear what I fucking just said? $150 in free bets, and it's only the third week of football. Bet $1 on any UFC fight, DraftKings Sportsbook will give you $150 in free bets. Fucking tremendous. MMA ain't for you? No worries. DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. They got great odds and promotions on football, college football, baseball. The baseball playoffs are coming. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use promo code Joey to receive $150 in free bets instantly when you place $1 bet on UFC 266. Promo code Joey to receive $150 in free bets for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 or older to place a bet. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Colorado, West Virginia. If you're legal, DraftKings is for you. New customers only. The winnings get paid out in site credits. Now, restrictions do apply. See DraftKingsSportsbook.com for details. Now, if you have a gambling problem, I want you to take care of it. This might not be for you. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. If you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you got all your fucking cylinders running, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and win some Geeters today. If betting is not for you, download this fantasy app. And let me tell you something. The Sportsbook has a tremendous casino. Blackjack, poker, fucking roulette, you name it. Listen, they're safe, reliable, and they're convenient, and they pay. DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download it right now. The joint is also brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Listen to me. Places are reopening again. Movie theaters, restaurants. You want a job? Every place is hiring right now. Millions of jobs will be filled as businesses keep reopening. How do you hire people fast? And the best people? ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. You have nothing to lose. Here's the difference with ZipRecruiter. You're just not posting a job and waiting for resumes from Joe Schmo to come in. ZipRecruiter has fancy technologies that finds the best people for the job. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's tremendous. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. Absolutely free at ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. Try it for free just by going to ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Since we're talking about business, I got more ways to save money for your small business or your large business. You ready? Stamps.com. Did you hear me? Stamps.com. If you got a small business, you know there's nothing more valuable than your time. Stop wasting it on trips to the post office. Stamps.com's make it easier to mail and ship right from your computer at home. You save time and money with Stamps.com. Since 1998, Stamps.com has been an indispensable tool for nearly 1 million businesses, large and small. They bring the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your door. All you need is a computer and a printer. There are no special supplies or equipment required. Within minutes, you're up and running. Print official postage from any letter, anywhere you want to ship any package. And at Stamps.com new Rate Advisor tool, you can compare shipping rates and timelines to easily find the best options for you. If you're not with Stamps.com, you're slipping. Save time and money with Stamps.com. There's no risk, cocksmokers. Use promo code Joey to get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com right now. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage. type in Joey, Joey. That's stamps.com. Promo code Joey. Never go to the post office again. The joint is also brought to you by Uncle Joey. Let's get this party started right now, cocksuckers. I'm all confused and shit here on a Wednesday morning.
Hey, how you doing? Come on in. Yeah, Joey's in the back.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Uncle Joey here. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint, Wednesday, the 22nd of September. I'm fucking excited today. For the last 2 years, I started working on the Many Saints in Newark in March or April of 2019, and here we are, September 22nd of 2021, and the movie gets released tonight. I'm very fucking excited. What doesn't get released? Tonight's the premiere. The release is next Friday, October 1st. I cannot tell you how fucking relieved I am. I just want this to be over with. I want to watch the movie with the people I shot it with, most importantly with my wife. A few of my friends bought tickets. I was against it, but a few of my friends paid all the dough for tickets. They could have just waited and saw the movie for $12.50, but they want to be around and hobnob with people, whatever. I'm excited. I thought about the work I put in to get this. This was a 23-year journey for me, concluding with this movie. I took this movie and I was so proud of doing it that I ended up moving to fucking Jersey. I was so proud. I was very proud of me for what I had done, Today's podcast, the guest is SAMSON MOEAKIOLA. I don't know what his last name is. He's from fucking Samoa, or he's Hawaiian, whatever. He's a great kid. Everybody always says to me, Joey, thank you for doing what you do. You inspired us and stuff. And I never get the chance to return that favor, to people, like to say to you, believe it or not, you inspired me by putting that video up or whatever. When I first got to Many Saints in Newark, the first couple of days, there's always a doubt. When you're on a project, for the first couple of days, there's a doubt until you get into the rhythm. I had to get into David Chase's shooting style and into his mental psyche to understand what was going on. I wasn't struggling or anything to find it. I just went on the set and I didn't really know. You don't know. Mike said something to me today about he was thinking about putting a video up, and he goes, I just didn't know. You just don't know, how to do things. So sometimes there's somebody there, when you go to something like, you ever go have surgery or something, you go to the hospital, and while you're sitting there, you're a little fucking scared, you're kind of like out of your comfort zone, but you start talking to somebody, and that person tells you, like, I've done it before, it's fine, and all of a sudden you feel a lot better. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes there's always somebody there to ease your anxiety. When I first got on this film, I knew John Bernthal, and I knew a couple of the guys, lightly from different projects, but I didn't really know anybody, I didn't know Alessandro, I didn't know Corey, and I didn't know Samson. And Samson was just a young kid. He was there to play big pussy, but his enthusiasm, his eyes, his work ethic inspired me. Like, I went back to the hotel room after like the second day I had worked with him, and I'm like, fuck, I got to pick up the pace a little bit. You know what I'm saying? These fucking kids are savages, which is good. It wasn't that I was doing bad at all, or I didn't know what I was doing. Everybody needs that little push once in a while. It's like when you open up a fucking jar that's stuck. Like the other day, you got pickles or something, and you try to fucking open it, and it don't open. And all of a sudden, I go to like my grandmother, and my grandmother's like, and she takes it right off. Sometimes you never know who could do that, you know, and like, you're like, Graham, you're strong. No, she just held it right or whatever. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I knew what I was doing, but I was kind of like out of it. It was the first 2 days, 3 days on the set, and just watching Samson, his enthusiasm was fucking contagious. And I could tell his enthusiasm was rolling over on other people, you know, because we were all talking in between scenes and stuff. And he was just a great kid. And the thing that made it more special was how young he was. Like, you want to go up to him and go, do you really want to fucking get into this shit right now? You know, you should be out chasing fucking skirts. But you know what? This is great. This is great. This is what you do. I wish I would have started acting at 21. I wish I would have started half the things I started at fucking 18 or 15, but I was too busy fucking snorting coke and, you know, jumping up and down and thinking I was cool. You know, now I'll know for the next time when I fucking make a comeback. I don't know, I'll probably come back as a fucking lizard or some shit and won't let me do the fucking opportunities I want to do. But it's funny, man, being an actor, like while I was talking to Samson on the interview, I was thinking about a story. I'm going to tell you guys how fucking fired up I was in 2003. Like, I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to succeed. It wasn't money. It wasn't that I wanted to hang out with boats with bitches and, you know, girls gone wild. And that's not what, if you know anything about me, that's not who I am. I didn't want to go to a bar. I didn't want to, you know, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to find a little bit of success with something. When I say success, I mean something that makes you happy, something that makes you proud. I've never been proud of anything in my life. I quit basketball. My mother died. I quit high school. I quit everything I started. I quit. This was the only thing I fucking stuck with. And I stuck with it because I loved it. And there was a way for me to contribute back to society, to let society know I was healed. I wasn't a piece of shit junkie anymore, and I wasn't a fucking thief. I wanted to succeed. I wanted to see my name on the fucking side of the credits. Again, it wasn't to be a millionaire or to, you know, have a boat or to have a butler or to tell people what to do. That was never my intentions. It was just to succeed at something, just one fucking time, you know. So for me, Robert De Niro was my everything. You know, today he's a shell of what he was. But Robert De Niro was everything when I was coming up. You know, De Niro, Pacino. You know, before that it was Steve McQueen. It was all those guys. So my first big break, honestly, was Robert De Niro's Analyze That. Again, it's not an Academy Award winner. Who gives a fuck? I pulled it off. That's all that matters. That I auditioned, I read, nobody gave me dick, and I did it. I did it. Nobody else. You know, that takes a certain type of pride. I never used to sit back and smell the fucking roses, but now I am. Now I'm seeing what Catherine Narducci said. You know, people change you. You talk to different people, and it heightens your intelligence sometimes. It heightens your way of thinking, you know. But I always had that sense that, you know, yeah, it's not an Academy Award winner, but it's a movie. You know how hard that is? You know how hard the process was for me to keep it together enough to go in there, focus, and fucking go in front of fucking somebody, not be nervous? That's a lot of fucking steps. There's a lot of fucking moves. There's a lot of different pieces in auditioning. But you do it, and you fucking, and this is what we do. But I still remember getting analyzed this. And my scene was with Anthony Lampaglia, who was, at the time, was a great actor. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. I just saw him a few weeks ago. He must have gained like 80 pounds, like, he looks like the guy from Gladiator. Have you seen the guy from Gladiator? Got a movie on fucking Netflix? Holy shit. He's been eating cheeseburgers for the last 2 fucking years. I mean, I'm no fucking physique de la Mornal, but fuck. Jesus. But anyway, I'm getting psyched up about this De Niro movie, and I can't wait. I'm trying to book. This is 2003, 2002. I'm trying to book... I'm trying to book comedy shows. So I'm trying to call the fucking agents and say, listen, or the club owners and go, listen, I'm coming out on this movie. I think Analyze That came out December or something like that. So I was trying to get dates around it. So people were like, you're in a De Niro movie? Come on, Joey, stop bullshitting me. So I had to fucking prove it to these people that I was on the thing. I contacted the producers. They will not give you your reel before the film gets released. Nobody will give you a reel before the film gets released, you know. I don't care about my scenes now. I could care less. I'm not looking to add things to my acting reels. Or who gives a fuck? You know, you want to see me, watch The Many Saints. You know, that's all I got for you. But, so I needed this reel, you know, to book other things. I wanted to get on The Sopranos. I wanted to get, they were doing a lot of mafia movies, big-end, high-end mafia movies. So I called the producers. They told me they couldn't give it to me. I called the production house. They said they couldn't give it to me. And one day I'm doing a show in Atlanta. This is how fucking weird life is. I'm doing a show in Atlanta, and there's a nice little dude there, African-American dude. He's in the service. We're talking. And I tell him my dilemma. I'm like, I'm trying to get this clip from this movie. And he goes, I can get it for you. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, listen, I got a friend who could hack right into their fucking streaming service and take a piece out for you. I'm like, whoa. You're going to hack the fucking studio's movie system and get me the reel? And I'm like, and they're like, yeah, we do it all the fucking time. I'm like, all right, send me the reel. Well, a week later, I get an email with the reel, and the phone rings. And the kid goes, look at your email. I got you the reel. I go, oh, thank you. I owe you. He goes, there's only one problem. It's backwards. Because they send it backwards so nobody could steal it. So when you do steal it, you got to change it around. So, it's like I'm standing here and he's standing there, not in this scene, with cross, and it was a fucking nightmare. So I'm like, oh my God, I got this fucking thing, and I got my scene. I'm so fucking excited, but now I got to flip it around. Nobody knew how to flip it around. I must have called 20 fucking people, savages. Nobody could flip it around. I'm like, how am I going to send this tape out? So I finally called this dude. Somebody told me, call this dude. He'll help you. If he can't help you, nobody can. And this dude fucking says, come on down. Bring me the CD. I bring him the CD with the thing I taped off the fucking email, you know. I have no idea what I'm doing. And the guy looks at it and he goes, this is a property of whatever, United, or I don't know who the company was. He goes, we can't turn this around. We're going to go to jail. I go, listen, who gives a fuck? I go, you got this boring-ass job anyway. The guy lived in a fucking garage. I swear to God, the guy lived in he had a little cot next to his little computer, and he would just sit there with his little cat and fucking do, like, nasty things and fucking, cut videos and stuff all day. I think he was like an editor / hacker or whatever. He's like, I can't. I'm fucking scared of it. I go, listen, dog, you better fucking do this, because I already told this guy I was getting it. So he did a bunch of things. I saw him hitting computers and cutting and fucking transferring to other computers. And he goes, you're going to have to go home. I have to mail it to you. Because, it was on a CD. I took it off the computer, put it on a CD, a DVD, and then he was going to send it back to me. I get all the way home, 2 hours in the fucking garage. I open up my computer. I'm ready for fucking the headline. The fucking thing flipped again. Like, you can't even describe this thing. And it flipped again and separated us more. So I said, fuck it. They're going to have to wait till December to get the reel. And that's my fucking story about fucking my friend hacking into the studios to try to get my reel, and it came out backwards and shit.
Easy to fix these days, too.
Is it?
Yeah, I can do it on my phone now.
Nobody could fucking fix it back then. It was 18 years ago. Anyway, cocksuckers, I'm excited about the Many Saints in Newark. I know a lot of you guys are excited about the Many Saints in Newark. Here's my man, Samson, who's playing. I love him in the trailer. The new trailer, because I think they got like 2 trailers out. I saw the one trailer last night during Monday Night Football, and they're like, what do you call yourself? Pussy. I fucking love that. People at home must have fucking flipped their wigs. Let's watch Samson. I'll see you guys afterwards. Stay black.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happened, you bad motherfucker?
I'm just living life,
Look at my little brother looking fucking younger. You look younger, dog. How are you, Sam?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, putting the pieces together. Excited for fucking tonight. You know, this is what we all put the work in for 2 fucking years ago. Living on the streets, walking around every fucking night, eating pizza. You know, the whole fucking thing. It's coming to. I'm very proud of you, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
You know, this happened for me at 58. You know, this happened for you at 20 something. This is the beginning of your fucking career and how to balance it from this and people busting your balls and you know.
Ready for it. I'm getting ready for it. I think I'm ready for it.
Yeah, man. Listen, you can't get ready for this fucking life. You just live it, go. You're going to get hit from time to time. You're going to get some fucking ass kickings, but you have a roast beef sandwich, you get up and you do it again. Fuck them, you know, and you go back and get what belongs to you, like fucking fuck nut and fucking gladiator. You know what I'm saying? He came back. Fuck it. Missing fingers. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking what's mine. How's it going? How's New York looking?
It's cool, man. It's only like I think maybe like my 4th or 5th time here. You know, when we came to shoot the movie, it was my first time ever. So
really?
Yeah, first time ever. And then we filmed. I want to say 1 or 2 days in Jersey, and that was my first time in Jersey too. So like that time, and then I came back for the rap party. We had Alessandro's premiere for Art of Self-Defense. I came to that, and then reshoots. Yeah, so this is literally on like I think this is like my 4th or 5th time ever in New York. So I'm always a tourist when I'm here.
I was like, you know, fucking. I was like ho hum on this movie in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you really motivated me. Like that's where.
Appreciate that.
You know, it's like when you it's like when you go join a jiu-jitsu school or a karate school or something. They always the school will always sell you on, you know, the camaraderie and this and they'll say, you know, staying young. Like not staying young. They don't put it in those terms. They say that keeping your mind young, you know. It's really important. Like when I was looking at this website the other day from the jiu-jitsu school I'm going to, and they had a thing when you're older. You know, when you're older, it's good for you to go to a thing because you stay, not that you stay young, not that I'm walking around with fucking skinny jeans and trying to be cool with blonde hair and a streak and fucking tattoos on my cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try to stay young by looking young. You know, I dye my hair to fucking shoot shit and stuff like that, but that's it. Like, I don't wear like a fucking hat and take pictures of me smoking a cigarette, like all mysterious and creepy. You know, that's not what I'm about. But just trying to keep your thought process young. Yeah, trying to keep your thought process young. And when I met you and we started talking, I would see your enthusiasm and I would go, this poor fucking bastard. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's fucking getting himself into.
So funny. It's so funny. Everyone, like mostly, because you know everyone on this is a vet. And this is my first thing ever. Michael's first big thing, you know, his first feature, and he's, you know, playing such an iconic character. But it's like us two, and then there was a bunch of vets, and it's funny because like a handful of you guys have all said like, I remember you being excited to come to work one day, and it's like, yeah, bro, chill out. And I was like, what, man? I'm happy. Like, it's fun. Like, we're making a movie. We're making a prequel to The Sopranos. Like, it's like, why? How are you not excited to like, oh my gosh, like, this is so dope. Like, everything about it is so sick.
Like, what people don't understand is we would have done it for free.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I wouldn't have sat there and fucking negotiated with somebody. Like, I'll do it for free. David Chase, directing, learning, teaching. You know, see what the fuck he does. You know, I would have done it for free. Like, it didn't even bother me. At first, I was like, the money, I got the hotel, 3 weeks without my daughter. And I was like, and it was.
Flew in and flew back to LA and then back out, right?
Yeah. I flew out 3 times. I flew out to LA. I flew out to Milwaukee one time in Minnesota. And then I had to fly back for Sunday because I was shooting Tuesday. Thank God I didn't have to shoot Monday. I was fucking beat the fuck up. 4 shows in theaters and then another flight and another flight. My back was hurting. And then I flew back, and I came back and shot the last 7 days, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think it was fun. It was fun for me. I really had a great time.
I mean, I always had a blast when we were working. I mean, I had a blast every day. I mean, there was even days where I wasn't working. I still went to the set.
I saw that. I'm like, this motherfucker's loving it. I thought you were going for the free food because that's the only reason I go to the set to visit. Hey, yeah, I came to see you shoot your scene. Get the fuck out of here. I came for that steak, that free steak. They give you a per diem. You got to milk that fucking per diem. You know what I'm saying? They give you $55. You got to put that in your pocket. And fucking, you got to take as many cookies home as you can. The fucking longest yard, they had so much food.
Did they? Well,
Oh
I
my
mean, dude,
God.
that was.
And the Sopranos had a lot of food too. The Many Saints had tons of fucking food. But the longest yard had 25 people that needed to be fed.
I was going to say, you guys had like
They were
football,
gorillas.
the wrestlers. Like, you guys had.
I'll never forget the big guy, Dilip. I'll never forget walking down to get the van with him at 6 a.m. And before he would get in the van, the guy at the restaurant at the hotel would just hand him a to-go thing. Do you know what it was? It was like 15 hard-boiled eggs. He would sit in that van eating hard-boiled eggs, and I could smell those fucking eggs. And I would tell him, Dilip, knock it off with those fucking eggs. You stink terrible. What's going to come out of your asshole is going to be even worse. He would just, because they're Indian. They love eggs. They love hard-boiled eggs. I didn't even put the correlation together till years later when my daughter was in daycare. There were these two little Indian girls that would eat fucking eggs every day, hard-boiled eggs. And you would walk in there and you could smell shit in the whole daycare. Because I go, who's fucking shitting like this? That it smells like an 8-foot man. And they would say the little Indian twin girls. They were the cutest fucking things. They were so cute. I could have quit my job. I could have quit everything and just walked these two Indian girls into Disney and lived off the 10%. They were twins and they were 5. They were my daughter's age. They were beautiful. But they had kick to them. They were kicking them. They were kicking them field goals from the 80-yard line. They were stinking up a storm in that fucking bathroom. But, you know, that's the whole thing. When you do a movie, you're like, I'm excited to fucking eat. Like, if you do a movie and you don't gain weight, you're a loser. Plain and simple. I'll spit in your fucking face. That's what movies are for, to gain weight.
I never ate more than, and it's funny because, like, you know, you have crafty and then there's lunch and then there's all kinds of different things. And then I remember, I forgot what we were doing, but we were at base camp. You remember this day? It was like me, you, Magaro, somebody else was there. And it was taking so long, and you ordered us pizza.
It was tremendous.
You got us pizza while we were at base camp. I was like, all I'm fucking doing is eating right now, bro.
Oh, my God. We got some pizza from Brooklyn. That guy used to fall asleep. There's a guy in Brooklyn that has a pizza parlor. I don't know what his fucking name is. He's an old Italian guy. And the guy from the Green Book was the guy that told me about the pizza place. He was going.
Yeah, Nick was there. That's right. So, yeah, it was me, you, Nick. Aro. There was like I think there was like another like a featured extra that was hanging around with us too. And
I thought it was Paulie.
Was Billy there?
I think it was Billy.
It might have been Billy. I just remember because we were all just sitting there, and then like, out of nowhere, it's like, I'm ordering a pie. And I was like, all right, yeah.
Fuck yeah. And the one day we ordered gyros and shit with fucking me and Bernthal. We were ordering food. I don't give a fuck. And I was working out. I was eating. I wasn't eating none of the sweet shit. That little truck that they had that you went in with the little Mexicans, that was deadly in there. Them motherfuckers were not fucking around. Their job was to fatten you up.
I think I went over there. Probably like 7 times in 1 hour. They're like, what do you want this time? I'm like, all right, I gotta stop. I gotta relax.
I remember we shot in Brooklyn. I just started walking. And I went to Carvel and I bought fucking those flying saucers and I gave them to the girls in wardrobe and makeup and they went fucking nuts. I was giving them reefer and fucking flying saucers. They were so happy. I came back. I would buy a whole thing of flying saucers, eat one, and just give it to them. I think that particular day, I ate it with John Bernthal and me walked over to Carvel. It was right down the corner where we shot those last scenes, the bar scenes and all that.
Yeah.
They had that. And I remember one night we went to eat dinner, and it had to be 2 a.m. And the only thing that was open were those fucking bars where you smoke that shit from.
Oh, hookah.
The hookah bars. And how many fucking hookah bars are there in Brooklyn? Everybody's smoking a hookah. Get outside and smoke weed, you fucks. Every fucking hookah. I went back to LA going, what the fuck? I forgot about New York that at 2 a.m, there could be 30 people at a bodega. We would go eat dinner, and I remember we had to go to the school and then get out and then walk. I remember one night we must have walked 2 fucking miles to go get dinner through fences, through yards, down the stairs. I'm like, what the fuck?
I remember that. I remember because we had to walk over and everyone on this movie was so sick, so dope. Everyone was cool, and they were like, "Oh, you guys want rides or whatever?" And I just remember I was like, "Yeah, I would take one." And Brent was like, "Nah, we'll walk." And I was like, "Fuck, I guess we're walking." Like, I was like, "All right, here we go." But yeah, I remember those were the days. Like, I remember filming and I remember having such a blast, like being a character and like being on set and being around. But it was just being around everybody that kind of made me love this movie even more. Like being a part of it, and making these relationships. I felt like that was that was what I took away from it the most. I was like, man, this is just unreal. Like, this is my life now. So I think that was kind of one of my favorite things about filming this too.
How was the process for you of this film? How long did it take from you finding out about this film to you auditioning for it to you to finally being on the set?
Mine was so wild. So at the time, I only had a manager. I had moved to LA. I had been in LA maybe like a year. I'd been in LA a year. And my manager got the audition and it said Untitled New Jersey Project. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then, I don't know how other actors operate. Whenever I get like a breakdown and like the sides of, to audition or self-tape, whatever, I always look at, who's directing, who's producing, the writers, kind of do my research, kind of see what's going on. And I saw, Alan Taylor, and then I saw David Chase and Larry Conan. And I was like, David Chase. Oh man, this is a Sopranos prequel. And my manager was like, yeah. So I was like, oh shit. But it was funny because I was reading, you know how David is. I was reading for the role of Butter. That was my character's name, Butter. So I was like, all right, I don't care what it is. I don't care if I die. I don't care if like I'm only in a scene. Like I want to do this. So I remember I got the sides on a Tuesday. And I hit up one of my boys, and I was like, yo, can you run these lines with me? Like, it's pretty big. He was like, yeah, let's do it. So we were running the lines. When we went through it, it was like 3 or 4 pages. And I'll never forget, he was like, yeah, this isn't going to work, man. You sound like Biggie Smalls. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, because I didn't know, I don't know how to do like a mafia, So we watched the pilot that night. And I watched the pilot of Sopranos. I had never seen it before. And I watched the pilot and I kind of like got a feel for it. And then we ran it again. And my boy was like, yes, do it just like this. So I memorized it. I went in the next day and they put me on tape because they had sent it to LA to find Butter. And I read, they liked it, gave me some notes. I ran it one more time and we chatted for a second. And then they were like, well, best of luck. And then that was on a Wednesday. And then that next week, that next Friday, so like, 10 days later, they hit up my manager and they're like, hey, you're our guy. And so we did that, we did a contract, we did everything. And then they were like, also, here's your NDA. You're playing a young version of Big Pussy. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, this is wild. This is crazy. So it happened so fast. Those 10 days felt like forever. But, I mean, it happened really, really fast. And then they were like, all right, what's your availability for, we want to do the table read. Can you come out in March before we start filming, blah, blah, blah. And it just all happened like boom, 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 boom. So it was pretty wild. It was kind of insane how fast it happened. But the funniest part about all of it was I started watching Sopranos after I got the audition. And I think I was like halfway through like season 1. Maybe I had just finished season 1. And mind you, I'd only been in LA for a year and I only had a manager. I called my manager. I'm like, hey, there's this guy in the show, Vinny Pastore. I was like, I kind of look like him. I was like, I want you to call him back. And I want you to say, if there's a young version of Big Puss, I want to audition. And my manager, Ryan Glasgow, great guy. He's this 50-year-old gay man. He goes, listen, sweetie, calm down. That's not how this works. And I was just like, all right, my bad. I was getting a little too ahead of myself. And then that's why when the news came, we were like ecstatic. He was like, I hope you understand exactly what you're stepping into, because he was a huge Soprano fan as well. And ever since then, it's just been so. Yeah, it was a really dope process. But I mean, I'm excited David had the confidence in me to kind of to step into this world. You know.
I remember when we first did our first scene together, I was looking at you and I'm like, your excitement was contagious. And that's what I've always told people, that, you know, when you get excited about, like, I have to read sponsors for this podcast, you know, and you have to be excited. That's what makes other people get excited to go, fuck it, I need MeUndies. Fuck it, I'm going to put a bet in tonight with DraftKings, you know. Excitement creates excitement. And I remember how excited you were. And I'm like, you know what? I got to get fucking excited like this fucking guy. You know, when I got the audition, I heard about the film. I called my agents because they're fucking sleepy. You know, they'd rather keep me on the road than me shoot a movie, you know.
Yeah.
So I called them, beat them up a little bit. Like, yeah, I got to read for this. You guys fucked up with The Irishman, and you fucked up with something else. You didn't get me into that. I didn't even read for Green Book. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing, so I'm taking control of this shit. I want an audition for this one. I'm going to get somebody to get me an audition for this. Then they sent me the paperwork, and they're like, audition for this role. And I remember looking at it, and for me, it was looking at it and figuring it out. I had heard about David Chase's writing for years.
Yeah,
you got to remember, I went to New York in '99, and I was passing out tapes to different comedy clubs and casting directors. And my manager called me. He goes, you got to drop a tape off at this new show, The Sopranos. And I'm like, I can't sing. You know, I can't fucking sing. Why am I going in for The Sopranos? And I forgot all about it. And one night I'm in Cleveland all fucked up at the hotel. And I turn it on, the TV on, and it's The Sopranos. And I'm like, I read for that. And it was, by that time, it was like episode 4 or 5. I didn't watch the trailer or the pilot. I didn't know nothing. I was a fucking comic in '99.
Yeah, and also it was a whole different world in '99.
It was a whole different fucking world, you know. And I came to New York with no whatever of auditioning for The Sopranos or anything. And I did the New York Comedy Festival. And her assistant saw me on stage at 12:30 at night and came up to me after my set and said, can you read for The Sopranos tomorrow, 11 o'clock? I go, no, I'm leaving for Buffalo. She's like, well, you just got to make it there. I need Georgine Walken to see you tomorrow. Yeah, I auditioned for them. For Gigi, the FBI agent, and for Bacala's role. Didn't get any of them. And then they contacted me to put a comedian on tape, and I didn't get that one either. And then a couple years later, I got hit up for the part of Big Pussy's brother. And I put it on tape, and I got fired. I was shooting Spider-Man 2, and they called me when I'm at Sony going, Georgine called me, Georgine Walken, Christopher Walken's wife, and she's like, we need you to lay this audition down. And I'm like, well, you know, I got to wait till I get home, and I booked it, and I got fired. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, that's news to me.
Yeah, for lack of confidentiality agreement, because they said I told somebody I was auditioning for The Sopranos.
No shit.
Yep. So that's why and there was a certain person that ratted me out, you know. So I was like, wow, you know, when she called me, I took the hit. I was a little upset. I knew I'd never get on The Sopranos, and I moved on. So when I got the movie, I went home, and like the first break I had, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even mad at that rat anymore that ratted me out, because
I can imagine.
He did me a favor. I would have done The Sopranos when I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be ready for something. Sometimes you're going to get a few projects. You're a young guy.
I ultimately still fuck that guy. But yes, I feel you. But yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get a role in the future that you're going to call me one day and go, remember the conversation we had on the podcast 7, 8 years ago? I just bumped into that situation. You're going to shoot something that, I don't know, you're not going to feel it.
You know, it's funny because since we wrapped on this and everything, and my career has been moving. There's been so many, it's so frustrating. There's been so many, like, me and one other guy, me and one other guy, me and one other guy. And I'm like, and all of them have been really, really dope projects. And it's like, man, I could do this, I could do that. But wide range, you know what I mean? All over the place. Like, one was for, working in military. One is like a vampire. One is, this guy. So it's all over the place. But it's always been me and one other guy. And some of the advice I keep getting from a lot of, vets is like, it'll happen when it's time, it's time. And that's how it is out here. That's how our industry works. When the moment's right, when the timing's right, it'll happen. And I think it was the same with this when to play a young Vinny, and then it was right. And then it's gotta take time. That's why the longevity of it of people's career is, and the people that make dope shit, it's like, it was the right moment in their careers, So I think that's kind of why it's giving me comfort, It's giving me some comfort because I'm like, fuck, I want to work. I want to be number one on the call sheet, Like, I want to be that. I want to do that, So I think that eagerness is kind of it's a little bit of a bad thing sometimes, I guess.
No, it's natural, brother. You got to be aggressive. You're in fucking L.A.
Yeah.
That's what the problem with L.A. is. A lot of people go to L.A. and they're not aggressive. They're not aggressive. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't that aggressive my first 4 or 5 years there, and I'm aggressive. I'm an aggressive motherfucker. I get up in the morning, I go, when Mike walked in today, I was putting Audition on tape. I do my work,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But you could be aggressive, and then there's a certain way of being aggressive, working smarter,
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I fucking was aggressive as fuck. Like, you couldn't tell me no. Like, they told me no for the longest yard. Do you know that?
What?
They're like, we don't even want you to read for it.
What?
But, dog, this is what you're going to run into this, where people are going to go, we really like Samson, but he's not going to read for this. And you're going to think about it. You're going to go home, smoke a joint, go out with one of your friends. You're going to tell one of your actor friends, hey, I wanted to read for this. And they go, you'll be perfect for this. Who told you no? And you're like, they said they didn't want me. And you go, fuck you. I'm going to hire somebody and put me on tape. For the longest yard, I went and bought extra small T-shirts and extra small football helmets. And I put them on, like a 2-year-old football helmet on my head. I had a headache for 2 fucking weeks. And I got a shirt that was 6 sizes too small for me. And my gut was huge. The shirt was ripping. As I was doing the audition, I could hear the shirt going. But I didn't give a fuck. I'm taking this role because the roles were going to be offered to Tony Saragusa or Vinny Pastor. Both of them sweethearts. Both of them great guys.
Yeah.
But the one thing both of them aren't are comedians. So how are you going to give 2 roles in a comedic film to 2 guys that are not comics? They're great actors in their own perspective.
Right.
Saragusa is a funny dude. He was with football, with the fucking whatever. But when I let that settle, I put it on tape and I nailed that movie, because you're not going to tell a guy like me no. That's never going to fucking happen. Not on my fucking clock.
I fucking love that.
And that was the difference of aggressiveness. That was the difference. I was kind of aggressive.
How long have you been, like, what number was that movie-wise for you?
Had to be like number 25.
I'm saying like for like a big role, that's how deep into your career was that?
23 years later.
Was it?
I started acting in 97, so it took me 3 years to get my feet under me. I did a couple projects, and then for like 3 years, I just did college films.
Really?
I just did all those UCLA, USC films that nobody would ever gonna fucking watch. Nobody's ever gonna see those. 3 people. The director's grandmother.
Now we gotta do some homework. We gotta find those motherfuckers.
Yeah, the director's grandmother, his mother, and his uncle is gonna watch the movie. Ain't nobody else gonna watch that movie. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest with yourself. So no matter how badly I fuck up, ain't nobody gonna see it. So that was my mentality. But at the same time, I was auditioning for big shows. Cold Case, shit like that on NBC, ABC. and nothing was happening. And then one day it clicked, and I booked a 4-episode arc on a show. And the first 2 shows, I was trying to get, I was waking up out of my fog. And then when I finally woke up, the episodes I was really good at was 7 and 8. Guess when the show got canceled?
6.
You got it. You got a career as a fucking palm reader, cocksucker. Episode 6. How do you tell that to your friends? Like, my career's on fire. I got 4 episodes on NBC. The first 2, you're just like a mutt. You don't know what you're doing. You're just like, see? Whatever the fucking line is. Yeah. Then after that, you go home and you're like, why am I acting that way? I got to act more like a fucking... And now you go and you do a breakthrough. You do your fucking, Steve McQueen. And the fucking show gets canceled, episode 6, and you're like, yeah, that's great. That's great.
I would have been mad as shit.
Dog, and that happened to me 8 times. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the fucking drama. That's part of the tears. How about I'm on fucking My Name is Earl. I got 4 roles recurring. He pulls me over after the last episode for the Christmas break. And he goes, dog, you're doing all of them next year in the prison. So I'm going to be on NBC during pilot season. That's fucking tremendous. That's like stealing. You just write your own, you know what I'm saying? What happened? There's a fucking writer's strike, January 12th. No fucking episode. That's it. No pilot, no fucking Greg Garcia, no nobody. So these are the little things in the business that fuck with you. The best is when you audition for something. How about these? When you audition December 3rd. Remember, there used to be pre-reads. You know that, right?
I mean, I've heard of it. Yeah.
There used to be pre-reads where you went in there and the motherfucker didn't talk to you, like a midget read with you. Some guy with like an eye patch on read with you. And then if you got past him, then you read with the fucking casting director. Then if you got past the casting director, you got a call back. You came in and you had a call back for the thing. And then they called you again and you had to read with the other actors that were selected.
Really?
And then they called you again and do the word lines backwards, And then fucking, oh my God, they would put you through hell when I first got to LA. It was a pre-read first in a room with the people with bad breath. Those people with ugly headshots that they got like their grandparents to take a picture of them, with like sunglasses on and shit. It's them. Oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And then, so now you go for an audition December 3rd. This is for the people at home. I just want to give you a little taste of our lives. Next time you see Angelina Jolie with the 8 fucking kids, think of what she had to put up with to get those 8 fucking kids. So you read for something December 1st, okay? December 3rd, you get the call back for the casting director. Then December 8th, you get the call back for the fucking producers, right? And they love you. Now they start mixing and matching. Let's go back to 4 Brothers for me. Remember that movie 4 Brothers?
One of my favorites.
With Marky Wahlberg. When I did The Longest Yard, they called me right into 4 Brothers. For 18 weeks, they mixed and matched. Me, Marky, whatever, and at the end of the day, I lost a role to a black guy that was a star. So what the fuck did you put me through all this shit for? 18 weeks of meeting people, talking to foreigners, black people, go to Detroit. They spent $10,000 not to hire me. Unfucking believable. It's the truth.
$10,000 not to.
$10,000 not to hire me. You go in there. I've had people tell me, dog, they've read me 18 times. They were like, "This role is you," and all of a sudden they tell you didn't get it, and you go look at the role and they give it to a black midget. Now, I ain't got nothing against black midgets, but where the fuck did it say black midget on the breakdown? They weren't even looking for a black midget when this fucking show was fucking written. All of a sudden, during my fucking audition, is when they decide on the black fucking midget. So now I gotta sit there and watch this TV show I almost got with a black fucking midget. Again, I got nothing against black midgets. I'm just saying, this is the life of a fucking actor. So when you see me on The Many Saints and you see Samson on the fucking screen and you're like, they're so lucky. Not really. We've been through hell to get here. You understand me? I had to go to Delaware and get breathed on by the fucking COVID in Delaware to get here. So, and on top of all this, you got to stay positive.
That's
Like
the
you
hardest
gotta go.
part.
Today's my lucky day, cocksuckers. I'm gonna rub my balls and sniff my fingers. That's how. In the process of all this, people fucking with you, telling you get. The best is when you read the whole month of December, because the project starts January 24th, and then you go read the last time December 19th, and you call your agent December 20th and go, "What's my status with the show?" And they go, "I don't know. They're gonna contact you after the fucking winter break."
Hey.
You have no fucking idea
Oh,
what
that's
it's
the
like.
worst.
Fuck
That's
you
the-
and your fucking driving job at Uber. Let me tell you something. You don't know what it's like. Christmas, you break the tree. They did that to me 3 years in a row. I just lit the tree on fire. Fuck Christmas. Be cool. Get shorty. And there was another TV show that put me on a... Oh, the movie with when fucking Ving Rhames fought Spade, whatever, Blade, whatever his name is. Wesley Snipes. It was supposed to be when Mike Tyson went to prison and some guy beat him up in prison. There's a movie it's a Walter Hill film. Well, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I know.
That
you're
was
talking
one of those motherfuckers that Walter Hill came to see me at the Comedy Store. He had me in there every day reading with another guy back and fucking forth. And all of a sudden, December 18th, he's like, "I'll let you know January 10th. What? I'll light your fucking Christmas tree on fire, Walter Hill. How you gonna leave me hanging out? You can't even open up a present without crying. You're looking at the sweater from grandma going, I wish I would have got that fucking roll. It's a fucking nightmare.
I had something so similar, and I had been in LA, had to have been 4 months. So I had been in LA, and I got the audition, and I went, boom, and they loved it. Went back for like a callback, and then I had a second callback, and they're like, "Hey," it was for like a big AMC show. And I was like, "All right, dope." It was for first season. They already had, I think it was like 8, 12 episodes. And I was like, man, here it is. Like, let's go. Like, no, that's a lie. Not 4 months. I had been in here probably like 8 months. So I was like, all right, let's get it. I'm like, I'm brand new to this. I was like, my career is, I'm here. Like, I didn't have to wait nothing, bro. And then I'm learning it as I go. So the initial audition was before Thanksgiving. So then I had to wait like a whole 2 weeks to get the call back. And then I got the call back, and then I waited 2 more. And then like I had another one. I think it was like December like 15, 16, 17, and right in there. And they're like, dude, yeah, are you available? Your availability, like, are you on avail? So you're available from January till June, right? Like everything's cool. I'm like, yes, like let's do this. Like I'm ready. Okay, well, we'll contact you after the holiday break. And I'm like, you want me to go home and tell my parents after I just moved to LA that like, hey, I have, and I'm excited. I'm getting everybody. So that's when I learned. I was like, all right, so don't say shit. Don't expect shit because like you got, oh man, it was the worst. And then I ended up losing it. And they told us, they told us like, it says like January 12th. So from that whole month, I'm like, this is mine. It's mine. Like I'm going up north, like I'm filming in the Northeast. Like I was like, hey, that's my grandparents. Like we have family up there, right? Like I could go see them. Like I was like, it was done. Like it was like, hey, oh, we love you. You're our guy. Let's lock this contract in. This and that. Nothing. And I was like, mother. But the funniest part about it is fast forward. So that was like before Thanksgiving, it's 10. So fast forward like another 2 months, month and a half. I got this audition for Sopranos for Many Saints. So had I booked it, I mean, like, everything happens for a reason, but that's when I was really excited. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be on this show, series regular. Like I'm like 4 on call sheet. Like this is my life's about to change. Nope. And then I was like mad, for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I get this audition for this movie. So worked out in the end.
What are you expecting tonight, my friend? What are you expecting to see?
And I mean, you saw it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
You saw it. I saw it. I'm excited for people to see it. I'm excited for it to finally be out. I'm excited for, mostly tonight. I'm excited for people to see Michael. You know what I mean? Like
Me too.
There's been so much hype, so much expectation, and so much, I don't know the word for it because I can't imagine what he's going through. I mean, that's one of my best friends, my brother. I love that kid. I love him so much, and I just can't wait for the world to see that. Like, not only is he a great person and a great actor, but like he meets the hype, you know what I mean? He really does. And I'm excited for the world to see this and then for his career to just kind of move. Because I mean, let's keep it real. His father is one of the greatest actors of all time. I mean, that's just a fact. And I always compare him and I talk all the time. We always kind of compare things to sports. You know what I mean? I grew up playing football, and so I kind of relate everything to that. And it's like being the son of a Hall of Famer. You kind of got to live up to that hype. It's any sport. LeBron's kids, like they're playing basketball. You got to live up. The father never wants that for them, and the world is kind of like iffy, but it's like that's just inevitable. You're gonna have to live up to the hype, and Michael does a phenomenal job, and I'm excited for the world to see it. Alessandro is, I know he's amazing in this. I'm ready for the world for him to just now his career to just boom, Michaela, and everyone just did a phenomenal job. I'm excited for Soprano fans and new people to come and watch this and then fall in love with Sopranos all over. I think that's kind of the whole vibe of that I can't wait for, because I mean, just sitting down watching the show, I was just like, man, I can't believe I called myself an actor and I had never seen one of the greatest shows of all time. You know what I mean? So I'm excited just to be a part of this whole entire universe in itself.
For me, man, I'm from Jersey. And
I can't imagine what it must mean for you.
For me, it's like I'm from Jersey. I'm very proud to be from Jersey. I'm very proud that I grew up here. I made the most of my childhood. I robbed trains. I fucking robbed jewelry stores. I had a great fucking life. I almost drowned in Seaside. I almost died at Seaside Park. I hit an acid on the water slides. I took advantage of this state, everything it had, and number two, the state was the second highest population of Cubans behind Miami, and they fucking, when I came from Cuba, I went right to New York City, and I went to grammar school in New York City, but my foot was always in Jersey. I used to get mad at people when they talk shit about Jersey,
Really?
And I told David Chase one night at like 3 a.m, we were shooting one of those long fucking nights. He asked me something about The Sopranos, and I go, listen, man, you did something that Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi couldn't even do. People love Bon Jovi.
On the map?
Yeah, and people love Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
But I still remember in 1998 signing with an agent, and she said, give me your bio. And when I wrote North Bergen, New Jersey, she called me and she goes, you got to take New Jersey off. People don't like it if you're from Jersey. So she filled in Hell's Kitchen. And one of my friends saw it when he came to see me, and he's like, dog, what the fuck? And I go, you don't understand. You don't understand that these fucking people don't like Jersey.
Is it really?
And within 2 years, The Sopranos had taken that whole bad taste out of people's mouths. Just flipped it around. Now Jersey's a hot spot. Even the fucking Jersey Shore, the TV show, couldn't make people really see what Jersey was for. When you see The Sopranos, I mean, even in our movie, when you see The Sopranos, they inflict Catholicism in there. Yeah. Something that you never do with a show. Yeah. But in Jersey, Catholicism is so big. You're either a Jew or a fucking Catholic. There's no in between. I'm a Lutheran. No, you're not. Not in Jersey, you're not. Unless you live down there with the Martians, down with that shit past whatever, exit 4, those people that have like clear eyes. They're albinos and shit. There's some weird motherfuckers in Jersey. Moonachie, New Jersey got the ugliest people you've ever seen in your life. Everybody got a big head. They walk weird. When you're in Moonachie, it's like the Twilight Zone. The only good thing about Moonachie is Segovia Restaurant. I have to take you there. How long you staying in town for?
I don't have a flight back.
Okay, the 27th and the 29th, they are doing movies in Eatontown and Monmouth.
Okay.
And they want all of us to go down there.
Me,
you, Michael Gandolfini. It's the Wall something Film Festival.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me
So
know.
Michael agreed to it. He called me again this morning, the guy. He's like, yeah, we spoke a few weeks ago. You know, he sent an invitation to Alan and David Chase. What are their chances of going into the heart of New Jersey? So
Yeah.
I want to know who's going to stick around for a few days. They're
I'm
doing
here. I'm
they're
here.
doing one Monday night, the 20th. Yeah, it's Monday at 6:15 in Jersey and Wednesday at 6:15 in Jersey.
Okay.
It's the Art House Film Festival.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So they want us to do some type of Q&A. So it would be you, me, and we'll see if Alessandro wants. We'll bring everybody. I don't give a fuck.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
get some dinner at the Osteria.
Hey,
I'll take you to the fucking Osteria and we'll get some fucking...
your world, I just live in it, okay?
That's it. Fuck it. So I'll see you tonight, ready to go. You want to smoke some reefer tonight, or what are we doing tonight?
No, it's funny. It's funny because when all my friends find out that I was working with you and stuff, they're like, "Yo, what? Like, does he really smoke? He be smoking every day?" I said, I have one of my funniest stories was when we're sitting at a table, and it was like, I don't know. I think they were doing a different setup or something, and we're sitting there, and I just remember like, "Hey, Sams, I want to see the devil." I was like, Coco, and like you pull out, you had like what was it, like little edible things? It was like 200 milligrams of a thing. I remember you said you snuck it to like your cousin or something. He was passed out in the bushes like for like 3 hours, and everyone's like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, I'm like, he's his tolerance is unreal. I'm like, this guy is just like. I was like, I can't smoke with him. I can't hang out with him. I can't be around him when he's smoking weed because I know I'll be slumped. I was like, there's no way. I might hit a joint with you, but yeah, bro, I can't. You keep it over there, bro. You keep it over there.
Yeah, we'll bring some edibles tomorrow night. I only got 100 milligrams now. So if we go, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a 10 where you put your foot in like a Cuban. You know, like when you land in the United States, you got a foot in the ocean, you got a foot on the beach, and you're an American. Nah, we don't work that way. We put both fucking feet in.
Hell no.
We fucking
What
jump.
was that? What happened that day? Remember we were filming and then we wrapped, and you and I went back to the trailers and we were waiting for our ride. And I remember one of the PAs came up and unwrapped you.
Oh, I was pissed.
I will never forget. We're just sitting there waiting for our cars. You smoking the joint, and you're just like, day off, changed out of the suit, got the sweats on, sitting outside the trailer, just smoking the joint. Joey, I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to unwrap you.
I just looked at her like, are you fucking serious? And I tell you, out of all the nights, like sometimes at night I smoke pot and I don't get high. Like, because I burn the fucking candle on both edges, so. But on that particular night, whatever was in that joint, toenail polish, whatever the fuck was in there, fucked me up. And she came back to me and she's like, you got to rewrap. It was like 2 a.m.
It was late.
It was late.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm on the corner in Brooklyn. There's not a soul out. I'm by myself waiting for an Uber. This poor little Hindu girl came that was just the cutest thing in the world. And they're like, nah, you got to go fucking unwrap. And I remember going, I am so fucking stoned. And I had to take my clothes off, put the heavy artillery on, the vest, the white shirt, the tie, the jewelry. And I walked in, and I remember that I wasn't mad as much as it was funny to me because I walked in, and all of them were like a little prepared for me to go off or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? I go, this is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life. Do you know that? And Alan just looked at me. He's a sweetheart. Him and the other guy that I used to call the Arab or whatever, the fucking Swahili guy. I'm like, you are out of your fucking mind, and so are you. I go, this is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen. You for calling me back after 2 hours of being wrapped, and me for being as stoned as a fucking Tommy Chung. I was high as fuck. I didn't have no lines. They just wanted me to stand there. It was somebody else's fucking scene. What are you gonna fucking do? You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited to see what happens with you in your career. You're a young guy, and you got all the tools, brother. I wish you all the fucking luck in the world. And hopefully tonight will be the beginning of a fucking great fucking career. So I wish you all the luck. I can't wait to give you a hug tonight and sneak an edible in your soda. And By the end of the movie, you'll be sitting there. I didn't mention the movie. What prequel? Tell my girl I said hello, and tell her, is she coming to the premiere?
Yeah, she'll be there.
Okay, send her, tell her I'll see them tonight. Tip top Magoo ready to go, and then we're going to the after party. Then there's an after party.
I'm at all of them.
That one is at a Chinese fucking opium den in fucking Chinatown. I'm taking you to.
Okay, maybe I'll skip that one. But other than that,
we're going to the opium den. They give you egg rolls and opium. You can't fucking lose. You understand me? A Chinese guy rubs your feet. You'll feel like fucking brand new.
I love it.
I love it. I'll see you tonight, brother. Thank you for coming on the joint.
Thank
you, Samson. Don't forget to follow Samson on Twitter, Instagram, wherever the fuck he's from. You're going to love him. He's tremendous. It's going to be a great time tonight. Take care, Samson. Love you. All right, that was a fun interview. As you could tell, we're all excited. We're all fucking giggly about tonight. I just got a call earlier. They're doing a dinner. If I wanted to go to the dinner beforehand, this is going to be great tonight. I appreciate all you guys' encouragement. I appreciate everything you did for me during this time. You guys know that this is a special, I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about this project. I'm excited about living in fucking New Jersey. I'm excited about being back as a fucking whole. So I love you motherfuckers. Don't forget, we got great fights this week. The return of Nick Diaz against fucking Robbie Lawler. We got fucking Shenenko. We got DraftKings. We got a bunch of shit going on. I love you motherfuckers. Have a great weekend. I want to thank Samson for coming on the joint. And I want to thank you guys for always having my motherfucking back. Can't wait to tell you about the premiere and how it went. I'll see you guys Monday morning. Tip-top motherfucking Magoo, ready to go the last week of fucking September. We're on to the fucking winter. By the way, happy spring. It's spring today. Wash your fucking asshole, cocksuckers. I love you. Stay black. Now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors. All right, I want to thank my man Samson MoeakiolA. I don't know what his last name is. He's a great fucking kid. I love him to death. And he really helped me out through the movie. Follow his career. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Great fucking kid. And do not forget to get your tickets early for the Many Saints of Newark. Before we leave, from the heart of New Jersey, the joint is brought to you by DraftKings. It's the UFC this weekend. As a matter of fact, it's UFC 266. Volkanovski against Ortega and Diaz against Robbie Lawler. Tremendous. They got a great prelim card. Listen, DraftKings Sportsbook is the official sports betting partner of the UFC, and they have a knockout offer for you this weekend. You ready? They're offering you bet $1 on any fight before the main event. Whether you win or lose, you get $103 in free bets instantly. Did you hear what I just said? Bet $1 on any UFC 266 fight, and DraftKings Sportsbook app will give you $150 in free bets. UFC ain't for you? Don't worry about it. DraftKings has a sportsbook that has you covered with great odds and promotions on football, baseball, college football, golf, and more. DraftKings is safe, secure, reliable. Plus, they have a casino that will knock your socks off. The best part is you can withdraw your cash whenever you want. Don't miss the action on UFC 266 and DraftKings Sportsbook app, the official betting partner of the UFC. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now today. Use promo code Joey to receive $150 in free bets instantly when you place a $1 bet on UFC 266. That's promo code Joey to receive $150 in free bets instantly for a limited time only at DraftKings. You got to be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Colorado. If it's legal in your state, DraftKings could work for you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code Joey and get this fucking party started. You bet $1 on any fight, you get $150 in free bets. Got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. If you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you're straight, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and let's win some fucking Geeters. Football, baseball, and the UFC this weekend. The joint is also brought to you by Zip Recruiter. Forbes magazine says gyms, hotels, and salons are set to go on an epic hiring spree in the next few months. Millions of jobs will need to be filled as businesses keep reopening. How do you hire people fast? ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/Joey. You got none to lose. People haven't worked in months. They're ready to go back, and all the good people are ready to go back. Here's the difference with ZipRecruiter. You're not just posting a job and waiting for some Joe Schmo to come in. ZipRecruiter has the best technology available that finds the best people for your job and helps you get to them. It tells you who's the most qualified and invites them to apply. You get 2.5 times more candidates this way. Right now, today, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/Joey. That's ziprecruiter.com/Joey, Joey. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. The joint is also brought to you by Stamps.com. My wife and I have been with Stamps.com for close to 10 years. She loves it. She hasn't been to the post office in years. When we got to mail something, she just calls the post office, puts a little arrow up on the box, and the guy takes it to go. No drama, and we save an hour by not going to the post office. Stop wasting it on trips to the post office. Stamps.com makes your life easy, and it's easy to use. You ship right from your computer in your home. Save time and money with Stamps.com. You could send letters and packages for less with discounted rates from USPS, UPS, and more. Since 1998, Stamps.com has been an indispensable tool for nearly 1 million businesses, small and large. They bring the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your door. If you're in an office sending invoices and have a side office, side hustle, or if you have a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier. All you need is a computer and a printer. No special supplies or equipment required. Stamps.com will take care of you with anything. You can print any official postage on any letter, any package, anywhere you want to ship. With Stamps.com, you get exclusive discounts and postage on shipping from UPS and USPS. If you're not with Stamps.com, you're slipping. Save time and money with Stamps.com. There's zero risk, no risk, nada. Use promo code Joey to get a special offer that includes, you ready for this? A 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Joey. That's Stamps.com, promo code Joey. Never go to a post office again. I want to thank Stamps.com. I want to thank DraftKings. I want to thank ZipRecruiter. I want to thank CBD Lion for making this week complete. But most importantly, I want to thank you guys for being savages and for always having my back. Have a great weekend. I love you guys. We'll see you Monday the 30th. Tip-top motherfucking Magoo. Have a great weekend, savages.